Hey there. Just a reminder, this is not
Financial advice.
with that transition. You guys want to start with where we left off with AMC? Because
I'm out.
I haven't even looked at it in weeks. I don't even
I
know
don't,
where.
I don't know where your option is, but mine's over.
Yeah, I'm done. Yeah.
So I guess the percentage loss I had. Because I decided 99.84% loss.
That's a good loss. That's a big loss.
Dude, you want to know what's funny? It's less than mine. And I was the one that was down so much.
Wait, less than your loss?
Yeah.
I thought you got out.
I did. I got out with I lost like $120.
My loss was worse than that.
When it was all said and done, because it came up to like almost $14, and I was like, "This is my chance. I gotta get out now." And that's what I lost, like $100 and some bucks.
That's a scratch.
That's a scratch. I was down so much money on that.
Insane.
Over $1,000 down.
So, yeah,
hey, you know what?
I decided not to roll it. I realized all my mistakes like along the line.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? Just gonna eat this one.
Sometimes you got to do that. Sometimes that's the only thing you can do. And I mean, it's a bummer, but I think in that first day, one thing that I took away from that specific scenario, especially with option put trading, like obviously with something as crazy as AMC and GameStop was, it's like you don't really know what's going to happen. We had opportunities, or let's say like you had opportunities to get out of that while you had a little bit of a profit.
Yeah, so much opportunity.
Right, but it just waited and waited for it to get more and more. The greed got the best of you at the moment. And
right.
I mean, that first day that I bought the option was when it was most valuable, when I was like, 50% up. So
yeah,
I think like one thing that you see with things that move like that and are crazy like that, it's, you have to, if you're green, you just got to take it with a short option like that. Now, when I say short, I mean anything under like 6 months.
Uh-huh.
So like if it's longer than that, then yeah, it's a different story. But I mean, this was just a really crazy scenario. And the fact that this is my first time looking at it in a long time, but the fact that
6 months is pretty long too, right?
6 months, I would consider like a long option. I mean, not even, because you can go out like a year, 2 years, but 6 months is long. Anything below 6 months, I would say is a short option. It's like a short-term game. So like, especially if you're going within a month or a month and 6 weeks or something like that, it's very short. So if you're green, take it. That's
right. No matter what. I know.
I had almost 2 weeks of being up anywhere from 15 to like 30%.
Yeah, it was cruising at 580. I'm looking now, 580 for a long time. 563.
Uh-huh.
It was there for a couple weeks.
Fours. It dropped into the fours for a second, and I still didn't.
Yeah.
But that's why like I didn't even decide to roll it, because like, I mean, the trade was over at that point.
Yeah.
With what I should have did.
That's tough.
Yeah, I got out, baby.
I'm sorry to hear that, Dominic.
That's fine. I mean, that's only the second option I've traded, but it was such a long time that I stopped caring.
Right.
Like,
and I think
it went red, I was like, oh, maybe in I think a month and a half is when I was teetering red green.
Right.
Yeah, not mad about it.
No, I mean, you just gotta do the thing, but definitely interesting. And I think psychologically, you go into these things like you can't think of it as a day trade. You can't think of it as the same way you would treat any other trade.
Yeah.
You have to look at it for what it is and understand that it's something separate than day trading something. And, if it's green, sometimes you got to take it, or at that moment decide to roll it and better your odds.
Yeah.
I think that's you gotta play it a little bit differently. And options, like, since then, maybe I've done a couple, but I've stayed away from options, not just because I'm trying out so many different other techniques right now, and like different strategies and strategy alerts, and trying to really get the chart to sort of work for me. Right. So I've been really diving into that stuff, and it's crazy. I feel like a year ago when we started this, we're very naive compared to where we are now, obviously. But the idea of creating something like programming a series of alerts that all trigger at the same time, that will send you a message that's like, okay, this hits every single one of your points that you like right now, buy it. And then an hour later it says this hits every one of your points for a sell it. It's like, if I would have known that like a year ago, like, think about the difference where things would be. Like, yesterday morning, this was my first, like,
dude, we've been doing this podcast in Cracker Barrel. I always say it.
Well, speaking of, real quick, let's take a time out. But since you said it, have you looked?
Let people know, first of all, our group chat is $sign and the Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, CBRL.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's, have you looked at Cracker Barrel?
Yeah, I look at it every day. Come on. What do you think? I'm a fraud?
176.
I know, dude. It's what? Dude, oh my God. I drove by. You know where Edge Fitness is, right?
Of course I do, yeah.
You know how next to it was a Bed Bath & Beyond, right? It was like it might have been a Joanne Fabrics or something.
Yeah, something like that.
It closed. Guess what opened there?
Michael's, naturally.
Yes. I drove by and I was like, Michael's? Julie was like, what's the problem? I was like, what's the problem? The problem is a Michael's just opened up. That's the problem. You know where that's at? It's at $20. When I bought all that Michael's, I bought it for $6.50.
Wow.
Why'd you sell it?
Because of us. We were laughing. We were like, yeah, I'm an idiot. We were all laughing at me.
Well, that problem
was a weird day.
It was a weird day.
The reason for me was what was getting me.
Yeah.
What was
the reason was because what was it? A guy who, like,
the dude that shorted the Big Short, like the dude that was involved in that short.
The same dude that bought a gazillion shares of GameStop.
Yeah, I guess
Michael Berry.
Oh.
Man.
Go ahead. What are you going to say about Cracker Barrel? I'm dying to know.
Me?
Yeah.
I got nothing other than that. I said 176.
Oh, okay. I thought you were like, I was just there. I was just there in the kitchen, and everyone was like high-fiving me when I walked in. They were like, yo, keep it going.
I wish.
You guys represent not only Stock World, but Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, and I think that's the difference there. Cracker Barrel.
Is Cracker Barrel in any ETFs?
We can check into that.
That's the real question.
Probably too dangerous.
Yeah,
Do
crazy.
you see Dave Portnoy started an ETF? That guy, Barstool guy.
Did he?
Yeah.
What's the ticker?
What is the ticker? Wait, what the heck is it? It's gonna drive me crazy. I'm gonna look it up right now. It's pretty new too. ETF. Dave Portnoy ETF Buzz. BUZZ.
I like that. Buzz.
I go back and forth on ETFs. $54.
It all depends what ETF you're
Sometimes
they're
I
all
get
so different.
jammed up, and you tell me if this is a stupid mindset, because I'm sure it is, but I get jammed up with ETFs because I'm like, I don't want somebody else gambling my money or using my money for what they think. Like if it's gonna be an L, it's gonna be my L.
I totally respect that and I love that, but the people that are
Change my
managing
mind.
these, the people that are managing these are professionals,
Right.
and it depends on which one you're getting into. But like, I think a reason why I wanted to talk about this today is because it's really,
ARK's a big one, right?
ARK specifically is what I wanted to talk about. It is really intriguing to me, and I'm gonna combine both topics right now and just get on that.
Yeah.
But ARK is super fascinating to me because the majority holding in ARK is Tesla, right? And ARK is a huge ETF. Obviously, right now it's so hot. There's so much like
119 a share.
Yeah, it's at 119 right now. It is up today 3.45%. It
4%.
holds great. It's definitely interesting because Tesla is a huge one. It's other tech stuff, but the thing that is funny to me about all of this is Tesla owns so much Bitcoin, or at this point, that when Bitcoin goes up or down, Tesla goes up and down. And then by Tesla going up and down, ARK goes up and down. And like seeing how all of that works together is really fascinating.
Yeah.
Dropping bombs on them.
One thing I tried bomb, in my baby. I have this strategy I'm working on with because I pay really close attention to Bitcoin and how that moves and things that work off of Bitcoin. So when Tesla was down this weekend and Bitcoin went on a run, I was like, okay, I'm going to wait until the next day after Bitcoin goes on a run. Tesla's going to lag behind it, but then Tesla's going to pop. So I created a strategy in TradingView and bought Tesla. And then sure enough, it popped. It's up today to like 650 something. That's like almost a $50. Yeah, that is a $50 jump because my trigger went off at 598. So it's like a $56 jump in those 2 days after Bitcoin had surged. And now ARK is going up following Tesla. So the whole thing is like...
And they're all kind of delayed? Why wouldn't they be at the same time? Why are they delayed, you think?
I don't know. I guess it's the way that like, the valuation really works. And I don't understand the exact correlation between everything, but I'm just trying to time it, as a trader, I'm trying to figure out the timing and how they work with each other because they don't move at the exact same time, but they all
move together,
work off of each
other.
They
make the same moves within like a short amount of time.
Right. And at this point, it all seems to be dictated by Bitcoin. So,
dude, you're like Michael Berry, dude. That's such a good like find. I don't know.
It's interesting.
Man.
How many? I mean, do you think every stock has something like that exists?
Well, that is what has me digging things up now. And that also what got me on my ETF kick, because I'm like, if this works with Bitcoin and how it works with Tesla, and if you look at the charts and how they move, it goes together. But now if you just change topics a little bit and you get the big players that are in these ETFs that are a little bit more volatile, a little bit more aggressive, now they're going to move, but with a little bit of a less delay, but they're going to move the same way that, apply that same theory to that.
Right.
And you have just a little bit of an edge in capitalizing on
the right time. Dude, is that kind of like what we were talking about when we were saying like how like gold, I think it was when Matt was on, he was saying like, dude, gold moves the same way as Bitcoin. Is that kind of like the same thing too, right?
I haven't looked into that as much, but I mean, I'm sure
it sounds like what you're saying.
Yeah,
just like
I'm
with
sure
another
thing.
It's like gold versus that. Yeah.
Right.
I think that all the dots connect on that because like
Right.
I have like these two monsters like Bitcoin and Tesla that are now connected, and now there's like this other littler thing that's connected that less people know about. So I do think you could find a lot more because of like
Right. And
So
there
then
are,
where's that
because
put
of that.
ARK?
well, ARK is one of the ones in the news right now. ARK is such a big one, but there are 131 ETFs that contain Tesla. So I've
Whoa.
got a list going of a bunch of them that could, could potentially move, that are, cheaper to get into, that you could potentially get the same move out of. And
Yeah.
that all revolves around like a day after Bitcoin is going to hit.
Mhm.
So
Right. So it's
it's
like all
inevitable.
eyes kind of on Bitcoin and following this.
Right. Right. And
Damn.
yeah, and ARK, if you look at ARK right now, because I've been paying attention, because I have this guy who I'm friends with, who is super smart. He's a trader, and he turned me on to this one. But it's like the management, obviously, the manager of the ETF is really great, and that's
Right,
like
right.
sort of one of the things to look into whenever you're getting into an ETF, like who's managing it, what the history is, and all that stuff. But if you look at the chart of ARK, it was just a few days ago. It was
Of
like,
ARK?
yeah, of ARK, it was 110. Now it's 119, and
Right.
it's really it's crazy how they move together. How everything. Like, I'm trying to
Yeah.
zoom out on this chart. I can't even zoom out on it. I'm
I
so
wonder how
zoomed in.
much Tesla that Buzz ETF has,
Right.
if any.
Buzz.
Remember they did a SPAC ETF too. I was telling you guys about a couple months ago.
Right.
I wonder what that's at now.
That was Dave Portnoy.
No, Dave Portnoy is Buzz. BUZZ is his ETF.
You're saying somebody did it.
Yeah, there was a SPAC ETF. I think it was SPAK.
Somebody in the chat got stuck in a hole up shorting. 8,700.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I hate that. I really do.
It's not gonna say a name, but it's one of the mods of the chat.
Nice. Yeah, ARKK is really interesting, and they're also attached to a lot of other art. There's like a bunch of ARK stuff, right? It's like Kathy Woods is the
Yep. She's the
is the
she's
brain
rocking.
behind it. So yeah, I think there's like a bunch of ARK stuff.
Who's Kathy
ARK,
Woods?
baby.
Kathy Woods is just like a I don't know, what would you call her, Ace? She's just like I don't know what her title is. I don't know if she's like the CEO of a company. I guess it would just be like she has stocks and stuff.
She's the founder, CEO, and CIO of ARK.
It's like an investment.
Yeah.
Agency.
She's got a lot of
there's a ton of ARK stuff.
Credentials, yeah.
So like is ARKK like a whole basket of those ones too? Because there's like, it says this one's called ARK Innovation. We looking at the same one, right?
Let me go back to it. Yeah, we're looking at the same one, and they have like Tesla obviously is their biggest holding. They have Roku, Square, Spotify, Zillow, Zoom, Shopify, a lot of like, stuff like that.
Right.
I just Googled Kathy Wood, and like one of the first things that comes up is did ARK sell Tesla? Why are ARK funds dropping?
Love it.
I love
it.
That's not what I'm asking, but I guess people are get concerned fast.
Yeah, that's gotta be like, that's an intense gig.
Yeah, it's a good mindset though, man. I think that's cool. I feel like you're like right on the money with that.
Yeah.
Because how could they not all move the same? They're holding the same damn thing. And then what happens if Bitcoin crashes? Does everything crash? Because how much of Tesla is responsible for the S&P 500 now?
Right. So it affects everything, whether you like it or not. 100%.
Yeah.
So it's really interesting. And if you look at the lull that Bitcoin had last week, that's when everything like that had a lull.
Yeah,
So,
everybody's been like, market's been red.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, I mean, Kathy Woods, dude. Thank her, dude.
Got to thank Kathy.
I love that.
Crushing it.
I wonder, we gotta find out if Cracker Barrel's in any ETFs, because that's the first one I'm buying.
That's what I was looking up.
SPAC is the SPAK, I think, is the actual SPAC ETF.
Now,
because you could just do that too, because there's so many.
Yeah,
I'm sure there's tons of people that day trade ETFs, but they're mainly for, just throwing money in it and forgetting about it for decades, right?
Wait, I'm sorry, what was
that?
Like ETFs are more just like put your money in a place, they'll handle it type things, or
yeah, you don't leave it in for decades.
Many people day trade
decades.
I'm thinking like a 401k or something. I'm thinking it moves like the same amount as that, right? Or no?
No, I mean this is an aggressive one. So you can day trade an ETF. You don't not have to. Like last week it was close to 100. This right now it's 118.89, about to hit 119. So I mean that's a $20 increase on shares.
Okay.
So it's like you swing trade them like mad for sure. And I think that's for me like the spot that I am really enjoying. Yeah.
I feel like I like have that thought because whenever you log into Fidelity or E-Trade or something, I feel like they're like, oh, ETFs, mutual funds, like they cram it all in with that.
Right. ETFs and mutual funds have a lot of similarities, but
still volatile enough to trade.
Right.
I think you could trade mutual funds, can't you?
Yeah, I'm having a hard time finding anything with Cracker Barrel in it. I'm sorry.
Dude,
really
these people are sleeping. Get Kathy Woods on this podcast.
Everyone that I click on no longer holds Cracker Barrel.
Bums.
Yeah, seriously. Get with it.
A bunch of bums, dude. Yeah, I might buy some ARK, man. I feel like Kathy Woods is like the coolest.
I'm all about it, but I don't know if right now is the exact moment. But
no,
you should definitely time it right and get in. Yeah.
Yeah, that is a good one. It's crazy. It's 119.
Yep. It's awesome to see it move like that. Really, like I like that.
Yeah, $30 when the pandemic hit.
Man,
$33 it dropped to.
Last episode, did we talk about my kidney stone trade?
Wait, I'm sorry, what?
Huh?
Okay, like a few weeks ago, I got.
Guess we got the name of this episode.
Jeez.
It was a day
Kidney
or
Stone
two.
Trader should be your new handle on your Sykes chat, dude.
On everything, please.
1 or 2 days after the last episode we did, we were talking about Workhorse. And I forget where it's at now, but Workhorse or one of the judges that must have had some pretty heavy options or stock in Workhorse postponed
1352, by the way.
Postponed the thing that was going to give the other company the post office thing, whatever.
Right.
Anyway, it was spiking on that, and I was trying to buy it basically because it was making a huge red to green move into the end of day. And I felt this crazy pain in my side the whole time. And then it was like 3:55. I was like, this pain is too much. I can't trade. I never bought it. I never even got to buy it because I had a kidney stone and it was moving at that moment.
Wow.
So then 3:55, I got up. It was tough to even walk out of the basement and then went to urgent care. So all while trying to trade Workhorse. And even like during my way to urgent care, I'm like checking the price of Workhorse, like knowing I'm like I missed a sick trade. This is gonna reverse.
You're messed up, dude. You
Yeah,
got problems.
it was wild. It was a good thing I never bought it though, because I think it went back down to 13 or 14.
It's at 13.54 right now.
Yeah, it went from like 15 to 17. I was trying to buy it when it was going to 16.
It's crazy.
Man.
This thing is so low, man.
Yeah. Trading while a kidney stone's moving in your body.
Yeah, that's tough.
You're a
That's
trooper,
tough.
dude. You tell
Pretty
Tim
pumped.
Sykes that?
No.
You
Probably
should
give you,
definitely
like-
tell Tim.
Probably
He'd
give
be
you
like,
a
why were
blue
you-
check.
Why are you buying Workhorse?
Yeah. Yeah. Why were you buying
You'd be
Workhorse?
lying about the stock in the hospital. You'd be like, oh, it was ARC. He'd be like, let me see your trade.
Oh man,
Drop down and give
that's
me 10
good.
push-ups. You're like, I got a kidney stone. I don't care. Making bad trades.
Yeah.
That's so good. Kidney stone trader. 01.
Kidney stone trader is pretty sick. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
My favorite thing so far. What's
Holy
up? It's
hell.
Kidney Stone Trader. He's gonna speak.
Yeah, Kidney Trader 2020 here. So good.
Maybe I'll
love it.
start like a guru channel on YouTube.
You might as well.
Kidney Stone ETF.
Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah, I'm like all about the ETFs after this episode, man. I'm gonna go ham today.
He's definitely throw everything at it. Throw everything at it.
You get an ETF. You have an ETF.
What you should do is look up all the ETFs that once contained Cracker Barrel and no longer do, and short them all.
Yeah. That's probably the best move.
They'd be like, who is it? I'd be like, it's me, Kidney Stone Trader. Love it.
Kidney
Well, this was a
Stone
good,
Trader.
this feels like a good episode back.
Yeah,
Very informative, Ace.
it's good stuff.
On
Good
the
stuff.
money today, dude.
Yeah, nice. I've been working.